All right, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the next video here. We're going to be talking about the midterm and the final exam. These are pretty standard, but I figured we might as well go over them together just in case. So we're going to go over here to the course information page. I'm going to click on the old midterm and final exams. Give a little boost here. I can see a little better. So both the midterm and the final exam are going to be short answers, essays. And by short answer, I mean it's going to be a couple paragraphs versus quite a few paragraphs. And I'll get to that in just a second. Both of them together equal about 40% of your grade. So obviously, y'all going to want to take those. Make sure that you get a good grade in this class. So just going through the midterm. It says administered week 8. Obviously, this is an 8-week course. This is like a standard part of my syllabus for my 16-week courses, so just ignore that portion. It's going to be more like the 4th week, so I'll give you a heads up on that as well too. But again, 200 points, 20% of your final grade. I'm going to give you 8 questions pertaining up to the point that we're at in the class, and you're going to be responsible for answering 4 of those of your choosing. So I'll give you 8 questions, and of those 8 questions, you pick 4 of them that you like. You answer those. Those responses are going to be 1 to 2 paragraphs long. Obviously 1 is good, 2 is great. If you could do more, it's even better. But the more you write, the more points I can give you. The less you write, there's less for me to work with. So keep that in mind. You don't want to go for the bare minimum if you can. So if you have less than that, obviously one of the questions is, how big is a paragraph? Well, a paragraph is, more than 3 sentences. I need a 4 at least, I guess. So we won't get into the semantics of that, but you should probably know what that is by now. But anyway, final exam rundown. That's going to be 200 points. Again, just like the midterm, it's going to be 20% of your final grade. It'll be administered the last week of classes, not the week 16. Just keep that in mind. If any confusion. I'm going to ask you 4 questions, and you're going to be responsible for answering 2 of them. The responses are going to be 4 to 5 paragraphs long. So you can see that it's going to be, double the understanding that you're going to need to have. Of the 4 questions asked, the 2 that you're going to answer, you got to give forth quite a bit of effort on those. And so I don't give out a study guide for this class, but I will kind of lean you in directions of what you need to study for. So just be prepared for that. Look for that as the weeks go on, so you kind of have an idea of what I'm looking for. So scholarly advice. We go with this class and the next. Just understand the assignment. Make sure you read the assignment carefully and limit yourself to the topic provided by your professor, which is me. So a lot of times when people are given prompts of what they should write, people just kind of go on a tangent of what they think they want to write about. Make sure you answer the question. Consider the significance of the material. I don't want you just to regurgitate what you read from Zinn or from Carnes or from even something I've said. I want you to be able to synthesize whatever you're reading about or writing about and make it your own voice, and make sure that it's being heard properly. I want to make sure I understand where you're coming from, but it's not just something that you're cutting and pasting quite literally, because that's plagiarism and it'll get you a 0. Construct a good argument and support your thesis. A lot of times, people have a good start and then they don't really know how to back it up. Make sure that as you write this, you want to have at least 3 supporting points, I would think, with your paragraph or with your 2 paragraphs or your midterm or your 4 to 5 paragraphs of your exam. Make sure that you're aware of that. And I always throw this one in here just so you're aware too, from the last video. Don't just answer what, answer why. We spend most of our academic career looking at the question of what was World War II, and asking things like that with dates, versus answering why. Why is a much more extensive understanding that you have if you can answer why. So it's more like knowledge versus wisdom, if I want to sum it up pretty quickly. So make sure you're not telling me what, you're telling me why with your midterm and final exam. So that's pretty clear cut. There's nothing new that you haven't done before. But just make sure you're prepared for it. And if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you around.